Yeah, the explanation for the smoke, what's happening here on the backside? Well, some of the smoke definitely came from building 7 because there was, nobody is disputing that there was something going on. Low-level fires. Low-level fires makes a lot of smoke, which all of you know in scouting or drilling in the backyard knows. That, and there was a wind coming in this day from north, very weak wind. You can see how the smoke goes out this way. So there was a swirl on the back side of the building which is pulling the smoke up here. So this is some of the smoke is from building 7. But the other half of it is, the remaining of it is from World Trade Center 5. But behind building 7 was World Trade Center 5. And how was World Trade Center 5 doing? It was doing like this. It was actually burning and smoking. And do I have to say that it remains standing? This is World Trade Center burning and remains standing. There is no sound on this clip, so I can take a question. There was, yes, please.
There was some, a few slides ago, there was different sides of building 7 were being shown. At the base of the building, there was some material that's laying along the base of the building. Is that what is being assumed that broke the windows, started the fires? There wasn't anything of size, but it looked more like on the fascia, just the base. I don't know if you followed that.
Not quite, but I can only say that there were no reported fires below the 7th floor. But of course there were debris from the North Tower on the ground. If that's what you're referring to.
Is that what you're assuming broke through the windows and started the fire?
No, because what we're watching is the north side.
Yeah.
The side, and the south side, which is confronting the north side.
Yeah, so
there's no debris in the north side. So I'm not quite aware of what this is referring to. What about behind, on the road behind, there was, yes please.
Which building was the NASDAQ?
Which building was?
The
NASDAQ?
The exchange building.
The NASDAQ Security and Exchange Commission.
No, building. The NASDAQ Stock Exchange. Was it one of those?
The Stock Exchange, I don't know. I'm sorry. Sorry. Yes, please.
Do you have any sequence of reported explosions?
Maybe we should keep this question to after the intermission where I'm dealing a lot with explosions. Will you please raise your hand again after the intermission when we close the class? Yes, please.
They found a whole bunch of girders and shields and buildings surrounding the World Trade Center.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
They find a whole bunch of girders and things that hailed the buildings.
Yes, there were girders going around in front of the 7. This also, I'll show you the footage and the evidence for that after the exhibition. Your mind is working too fast. Yes, okay.
Did you do the same analysis for the free flow and speeds for the building 1 and 2?
Well, yes, David Chandler did, yes. They collapsed at 3/4 speed? No.
I'm sorry?
It did not collapse at 3/4 speed.
It didn't.
But it collapsed with constant acceleration about 2/3 of 3/4 speed. It was constant acceleration all the way down. And this also has physical consequences for the collapse.
Was there a difference in the time of the collapse for the top stories as compared to the below the point of impact? So, I mean, when the planes came in, did these fall at a different rate than the one below?
Well, what you'll see after the intermission, the rate we're talking about is the rate of the crush zone of the towers. The story of the towers is different from that of the example. I present it after the intermission. You're all talking about, you're taking all my clues.
I was just wondering, were those buildings that were on fire, were they government offices or were they private businesses?
Well, I should remember, but the only one which I took notice of was built, it was 12, and 13, which is the Security and Exchange Commission. I don't remember exactly, and I think probably a secret where it depends again on CIA and Secret Service. But you can, this is official. Somewhere, yeah, this is somewhere in the report, in this report. I just don't recall it. Yes, please. Let's proceed for building 7, okay? Because now we are at the time, minutes or seconds before the collapse. The building here to the right was taken with a digital camera where they have a time span, and this is seconds before it's collapsing. The kick here on this penthouse will be important later on. And this is the front page, which has been time determined by means of the shadow here. There's a word I'm missing. But NIST could predict or determine the time from the shadow here to very shortly before the collapse. And the point is you just cannot see any fires. When the building collapsed, in my opinion, the fires actually come out. So NIST is making no secrets of what they were doing. They were not trying to find out what happened. This is a quote from the NIST report. I can tell you where you'll find it. It's a pretty latent report. The challenge was to determine if the fire-induced floor system failure could, these are my highlights of course, could occur in WT7 on an ordinary building contents fire. So they're out here to actually make probable that building 7 could collapse due to an ordinary office fire. And in my opinion, they are not doing very well. Now I will present the mechanical model, the mechanical course of events for how building 7 collapsed according to this. I've already pointed your attention to the key of this penthouse, which went into the building roughly 30 seconds, I think, before the whole building collapsed. So the mechanical model must account for this. Now this is the north side of the building. And now we have problems with the corners of the wall because this is the ground, this is the floor plan, and this is from the south. So you have to use your imagination. And this penthouse is located directly above column 79 here. So this claims that on the 12th floor, there was a fire here in the northeast corner, which heated up the floor beams between the 12th and the 13th floor. And so these beams here when heated up, and when something is being heated up, it expands. We all know that probably. And they claim that the floor beam is then expanding and pushing this beam connecting the 79th column and column number 44 out here, this building, and forcing it off its seats by expansion while keeping remaining the perimeter of the columns here resisting the pressure, pushing this one down so that the floor between or the floor below the 13th floor is falling down, taking with it several floors, and thus depriving column 79 of its lateral support. So it starts bending, and it starts bending, and it goes down, taking the penthouse along. So now column 80 and column 81 is also deprived of the lateral support. So column 80 and column 81 comes down, and then the collapse progresses horizontally through the inner of the building, so that the whole inner structure of the building goes down, and when the inner structure, the core of the building has come down, then the perimeter comes down. This is the NIST model. NIST does not make experiments when dealing with the World Trade Center 7. They're doing computer, they call it simulations, which meaning that you have a mathematical model of the building, the whole structure, three-dimensional model of the building, and then you ask the computer now what happens if